Hi everyone, I'm Teacher Lisa, your ESL video instructor. Welcome. So today we're going to discuss Chapter 5 and 6 in the document, which you can get free. I'll link it down below in the description, of socializing. So how to socialize more confidently and more comfortably in English. Well, let's look at a few suggestions in the PDF. So let's go right to it. You can read it in more detail if you want after the video, but I'm just going to highlight a few things to keep in mind if you want to be more comfortable with socializing, getting small talk started, which is very important in the American English culture. You have to be very good at small talk. So let's look at some of those tips. Okay, Chapter 6 is making and accepting invitations. So I'm just going to highlight a few things, and again, you can read it more carefully after this video. So asking and responding to invitations. It's good to learn sentence stems. Well, what are sentence stems? It's how you can start a sentence. And so we can give you the first part and then you just add on your individual message or individual situation to the rest of the sentence. So for example, you can start a sentence by saying, I've heard so much about. So that's a good sentence stem about your art exhibition. Or, I would love to be a part of it. I would love to go to your art exhibition. So those are great ways to express interest, asking for an invitation. So you're basically inviting yourself. Okay, let's continue. Would you like to? It's a very polite way, again, to request. Would you like to go to the movies with me this weekend? Or another good sentence stem is I was wondering if you'd be interested in grabbing a cup of coffee sometimes. So I like that it says here these phrases convey your desire to spend time together without putting pressure on the other person. So when you say, would you like to, or I was wondering if, it doesn't put a lot of pressure on the listener. Okay, let's continue. Of course, here you can say, let me just go back here. Thank you so much for inviting me to your party, but I already have plans that evening. So that's already, if you're not available, that's a polite way to turn down, of course, a request. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next part. Suggesting plans and activities. So remember I mentioned sentence stems. You can start by saying, how about? How about going to see a movie this weekend? How about having a picnic in the park? So again, a great way to express to the other person, suggesting an activity that you like to do with them. Or we could go hiking in the mountains, or we could try out this new restaurant downtown. So starting with we could. Another great way is, what do you feel like doing? So when you say, what do you feel like doing, it leaves it pretty open for suggestions. You're open for suggestions. So you're waiting for the person that you're talking to give you some input. Of course, you can accept and say, I'd love to. That sounds great. But you have to be able to comfortably ask for invitations, invite yourself, or of course, invite them. Okay, we're going to go down actually to the next chapter, Chapter 6, giving and receiving compliments. Okay, giving and receiving compliments. And there are some cultural things to consider. You also have to be able to know how to do this very well. Of course, one is, congratulations on your promotion. Your hard work and dedication are truly inspiring. So what a great compliment. So you have to be genuine, of course, but why do you do this? Well, because it helps you connect with somebody, highlighting something that you appreciated about the person you were impressed with, or acknowledging an achievement. Also noticing their appearance or style. You could say something like, that dress looks stunning on you. The color really brings out your eyes. So by complimenting them on their appearance, it's something that they might appreciate. Here's another one here. Your presentation was captivating. You have a natural ability to engage the audience. This is also a sentence stem. You have the natural ability to, so maybe they're good at something and you want to compliment them. So let's talk about culture, because you might be thinking, I don't like to compliment people. I don't like to receive compliments. And it has a lot to do with culture. You can simply just say thank you and move on. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you to say, or I really appreciate your kind words. Sometimes we're not comfortable, but you need to get comfortable accepting compliments. Let's talk about the culture. So this is key. This is a key point. So I'm going to read it verbatim. Again, if you want a copy, just download the PDF. So in many English-speaking cultures, compliments are generally well received and seen as a positive gesture. People often appreciate being recognized for their accomplishments, appearance, or personal qualities. However, it is important to be mindful of the level of familiarity and the appropriateness of the compliment. So that means you should be fairly familiar with the person, and is it appropriate to make that particular compliment? If you're not that familiar with them, then you might be cautious about what you compliment them on. So for example, in formal settings, compliments should be more reserved and focus on professional achievements or the event itself. So if you don't know the person well and you're male, maybe you don't want to say, oh, wow, that dress, you look great in that dress during that presentation. If you don't know them very well, it could be offensive. Now let's look at the opposite. On the other hand, in some cultures, right, as East Asian or Scandinavian, compliments are often downplayed or even discouraged. So that is not the case in the American culture. It is not downplayed and it is not discouraged. So keep that in mind. You might have to change how you interact, how you socialize with someone from the American culture. So I'm going to continue. Individuals from these backgrounds may feel uncomfortable receiving direct praise and may deflect or downplay their compliments or their accomplishments. They will downplay their accomplishments. Okay. Or they might actually downplay the compliment itself too. Ah, no, you're too kind. No, I don't want to hear that. But not in the American culture. It's something that is received well. So like the United States or Australia, for example, compliments on personal appearance are generally well received. So it's okay to compliment a man on, wow, that's a great tie. I love how you match that with your shirt. Or a woman, oh, those shoes are amazing. I wish I could find a pair like that. Okay. So that is something that is welcomed. Be careful. Being sensitive to cultural considerations in compliments, will not only help you navigate social situations more effectively, but also demonstrate your respect and understanding towards individuals from different backgrounds. So chapters 5 and 6 go into compliments and also inviting, how to invite, and then how to receive compliments, what to do and what's expected of you in a cultural level. So you might have to change how you are socializing and interacting with American English speakers. Okay, in next video, we'll cover chapter 7 and 8. See you in the next one. If you're looking for chapters 1 through 4, I did those in a previous video, so I will also link to the playlist for those. Take care, everybody.